Well, as you know, it's me, Becky, posting for your Christmas Eve edition of 5 Awesome Catch-Ups. When I was having a think about my video and practicing what I was going to say, I kept saying that nothing interesting has been happening of late, which is kind of half true because I've been working so much with my 2 jobs over Christmas. I've just been kept run off my feet. But at the same time, as you're very well aware from both Matt and Michael's video, Michael's in Australia. So I've spent a few days catching up with those guys, which is really nice and a little bit strange that we started this because we never got to see each other and then have seen each other like 2 or 3 times in less than a week. But hey, it's been really good and really fun. A bit tiring though. So this week Michael has asked us to talk about our fears and how they affect us. Another hard topic, thanks guys. I had to think long and hard about this one. I don't really have any irrational fears or anything that affects the way I live my life as far as phobias or fears go. Probably my biggest fear, I'd say, is that I'm really terrified of losing a loved one, like a friend or a family member. But that's not going to affect the way that I live my life because that's out of my control. So a couple of things that freak me out, not so much frighten me though. Having a spider on me. I can deal with spiders if it was to crawl across in front of me or be on my wall. Could deal with it fine. But once they're on me, I start to panic a little bit. Also bees. I'm not allergic or anything like that. I just really don't like them. That and wasps. Yeah, like if I see them, I will make a distinct effort to avoid them and walk out of their flight path. One thing that does impact the way I live my life on a relatively daily basis is that I deal with anxiety. So, for example, one prominent example of this is when I'm in a line, whether it be a bank, a queue for a fast food restaurant, shopping centre checkouts, things like that. I can't have people standing too close behind me. It's not something I can control, obviously, how close people stand to me, but it's something that really, really, really freaks me out. I get anxious and start fidgeting and twitching. I don't worry about the people I'm standing behind myself. I can stand like that to someone behind them and it wouldn't bother me. But it's the people that are behind me because I can't control what's there. I can't see it. So it really, really, really irritates me, especially when I move an edge forward to try and give me that little bit of distance. So the person in front of me hasn't moved, but I've edged closer to them because the person behind me I feel is too close. And so when I've moved forward, they've moved forward as well, thinking the line's moving, even though the person in front of me hasn't actually moved. That really gives me the shit. Stress is another factor that impacts on my anxiety. For example, at work, if I'm dealing with a particularly difficult customer or difficult situation, or I've been having a bad day and it's all started to build up. Even when I'm at home, if I'm running errands or having to do a lot of things around the house, the more it builds up on me, the more overwhelmed I get. It can actually lead to me having a panic attack. Never a good situation when that happens, but it's something I've had to deal with for a while now, and it's something I learned to cope with as well. I just try and avoid as much as possible getting myself too worked up, especially over things that are really not all that important. Part of having the anxiety is getting myself worked up over really little things that don't have a lot of importance. One thing I am afraid of is that my 5 Awesome Catch-Up video is going to be either really terrible or really boring. So on that note, I'm going to bid you farewell. Have an awesome day.